Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. Welcome to the Dutch Grand Prix. Welcome to round 3 of the Premier Formula Racing League. Today we are in the Netherlands. We are at Zandvoort, and you can call it maybe the Monaco of the Netherlands. We have a very short circuit with very little overtaking opportunities. So qualifying will be very good to watch. Will be important also. We have, well, maybe 2 opportunities to overtake in turn 1 and maybe in turn 11, as those are the straights where we have the DRS zone. We see that we are already started with qualifying, and some very sad news actually. The driver that is now in first place, Ovek, unfortunately misses out on the race. Unfortunate for him, but I think he has a lot of points, but so soon in the season you don't want to miss any race. While we are talking about these standings, let's just see if we can catch them up. Yes, like we see here. So Ovek still in front after last race, after that fight in Mexico. And we see that Nitsen is behind him. Nitsen, however, is also not driving. Instead of Nitsen, we have... I need to see... We have Liar. So we have 1 McLaren driver today, which is Liar. Luca is still driving in 3rd place here. And then behind Luca, yeah, everything is close, but we believe that. Team standings, maybe good to know that McLaren is still in front after that 1-2 in Mexico. And that good start in the first race in Jeddah. Aston Martin close behind, and Alfa Romeo. Not really exciting for today, but more for the end of the season. Let's go to qualifying, as we see that Jersey is already out. That is because he has a qualifying ban today. Too many penalty points. And yeah, then you get no qualifying at all. Let's see if Plum can go fastest here today. Let's see what he can do. Also, I need my little track map so I can follow everyone. There we go. So, in the Netherlands, home base of the commentator, you might say. As if he knows everything, every outing here on the track. I can't tell you, Plum is fastest in turn 1. I want to see that time actually. Won't get the timing. No. There we go. Alright, so Plum in a lap. We're invalidated, by the way, so nothing to worry about here. We have a yellow flag, and that is for the Alpine in front of us. Plum is immediately going in. Nothing really to show you at the beginning of qualifying session. Nothing really exciting except for Luca, who sets purple in the 2nd sector here. Let's see if he can make it. So for DRS, you don't get it in the corner here, but you get it outside of the corner. Okay, it's pedal to the metal, and then he gets a 10-6. which can go faster. We have seen people driving 1.9s here, so the track has to evolve a little bit more. So we see A-Lord also in a lap. Well, I don't think he is actually in a lap. Maybe it's a in-lap. It might be. No one really in a lap right now. I think he's going in. Yes, he is. So who have we got then? We have Liar. So he is the reserve driver who is replacing Nitsen. Ovek doesn't have any replacement as of now. So McLaren has to do it with only one driver, only one car. Which for the team standings will be interesting, of course. Aston Martin only a few points behind. So let's see if they can catch up. Dainzy and Luca both in the Astons. As we see, of course, Liar is going in. And so everyone is still in the pits. And it surprises me that a lot of people do not have a time yet. Because we are already 7 minutes in. It would be logical to set at least a time. Then you know where you stand. But let's follow Angry Dude here. Who was on an out lap. But is now in a lap. In the Tarzanbocht. Into turn 1. And this corner, that beautiful corner, turn 4. Who is... You can take different lines in there. You can go all the way up. You can go all the way down. It's whatever you prefer. Angry Dude prefers it to go down the hill. And he gets a purple sector 1. We see that a lot of times. It doesn't represent the full time always. So let's see if that will be the case for Angry Dude in the Alpha Tauri. As he calls the line for sector 2, he doesn't get a purple sector there. Might have lost some time there. He doesn't have any time set yet. As we see that Liar gets a 5 places grid penalty because of an incident with Plum. That is interesting. Angry Dude is totally not fast. 1:13, 3 seconds behind first place. But interesting, Plum has had an incident with Liar. And that causes Liar to have a penalty now of 5 places. So, Liar now P5. If he ends up like this, then he will start from P10. We have missed that. What we didn't miss is that Plum sets sector 2 the fastest sector. And he set the fastest sector in sector 1. So let's see what he can get. Can he go to the 1.9? He cannot, but he can go to P5 with a 1.11. So far off a 1.09. Let's see who is in a lap here. Angry Dude is coming in. And Sakuro is starting a lap. As I see it correctly. He is now in the Tarzanbocht in turn 1 and goes to turn 4 into the Kombocht. Also takes a very narrow line. And we have seen, for example, Fernando Alonso doing the very uphill line. But these drivers, I have not seen it yet. It might be the case that they will appear in the race. But maybe not in qualifying. That will not be the fastest line, I guess, then. Sakuro doesn't have a time yet. So we won't get anything how fast he is. We saw a 149.4 with Plum in Sector 2. We now see a 49.9 with Sakuro in Sector 2. Which means he's 5 tenths up by Plum. If he keeps this, he will go P9. If I'm correct. And I am, of course. P9 for Sakuro. What a surprise. Everyone has set a time except for Tainsy. But Tainsy is starting the lap. Or is still in an out lap. Okay, then it is the other Aston. The Aston Martin of Luka Jovic. Who now comes into turn 4. Also takes that very short line. But goes up as he goes out of the corner. Now, to turn 7 we go. Into the so-called Schijfvlak. He has a purple Sector 1, like I said. That won't say anything, of course. Into turn 10 we go. He gets the DRS. And on we go to turn 11 into the stadium section. He is 2 tenths up. A 48.9 in Sector 2. We haven't seen that yet in this qualifying session. What does that mean for his time? He is 2 tenths up. Is he getting a 10.4? Will he go faster in Sector 3? He gets a toe there from the AlphaTauri. And he gets a 10.4, which is about 3 tenths faster than his original time. Also, we have Alex crossing the line here. Does not improve. Does not improve. Who is in a lap? Do we have Tainsy in a lap? It might be the case. It is the case. We saw a 48.9 from Luca. And we see a 49.9 from Tainsy. So he's a second slower than Luca. Which will bring him about, well, around P9. It has happened before that I was right. Let's see if I am still correct. P9 again. P9 again. It is not what he wants. He wants to fight the McLaren, but he also knows probably that Liar does have a 5 places grid penalty because of that incident with Plum that we didn't catch, unfortunately. Let's see if Alord is in a lap. No, he's 4 tenths up of his old time, so that won't be the case. I think he is going in. He is. And they're all preparing now for the final lap. We have 4.5 minutes left in this qualifying session of the Grand Prix of the Netherlands. So we have a few people already DNF'd. One of them is Sherzy, who didn't start at all. Wagdy DNF'd. And Rymox also DNF'd, unfortunately. Let's see if someone is in a lap. Maybe a Groger is in a lap also. That narrow line. Oh, that is too narrow. Yep, far too narrow. And he stops the car. I think he's No, okay. He is driving again. Very nice. Is Tommy in a lap? No, he isn't. 8 seconds up. I think he is also going in. Or he is already on fresh tires. But he is not on an out lap. So I don't think so. And he is getting a poor exit as well. So would surprise me if he goes on, and he won't. So everyone now in the pits. Except for Mr. Ben Dixon. He is in a lap actually. Will probably be his last lap. So he needs to push here. Right now in P12. 1.2 seconds behind Luka Jovic. Which is a lot. 1.2 seconds. But let's see. We saw a 48.9 from Luca. We see a 49.4 for Ben Dixon. 6 tenths up. 6 tenths up. Will bring him in the top 5. So please, Ben Dixon, keep this. He got P2 in the previous race. What can he get in this qualifying session in the Netherlands? A P4. That is good. Not enough for pole position, but I think he might be happy with that. And as I say that, many people are now out of the pits. First up we get is Sakuro. And behind him, Samikara. For him, it's his first race back. He missed 2 races, unfortunately, in the Mercedes, but he is back. And I guess that he will go for the win. We also see Alex in the outlap. Alex, who had that crash in the first race. And last race he had that incident. And therefore he was out of P1 side. So the order we're going to qualify is now first up Sakuro, who is now in the last corner, in the Arie Luijendijk corner. But we are following Sami Kara. On board now, into turn 1, into the Tarzan bocht he goes. Does he get a good exit? He does. Now, will he take that short line as well? He will go up. And gets a good exit. Out of that turn 4 now. Onto turn 4 we go. It's Schijfvlak. He is 1/10 up. Goes a little bit wide there. But he's a 10th up, which means it will not be enough for pole position. Pole position is far away. But maybe he can get it fixed in sector 2. No, he won't. He won't get that at all. I think he will prepare for the next one. As we see that Sakuro is now crossing the line. And he is not even a 10th up, we saw. But what can he produce? Now P12 goes not fastest. Stays P12. Next across the line, we have Alex, who is a 10th up, but will not be enough for pole position. Next is Kara. He won't make it to make another round, unfortunately. Luca still on pole position. He is 10 seconds up by his own time. Do we have someone in a round? No, Jack Roker. Also not. Do we have Tommy in a round? Yes, we do have Tommy in a round. He sets a purple sector 2. Now, the last corner for Tommy Plasto. Can he spoil Lucas' party? Can he take pole position here? No, it's only P4 for him. So that means that we have our pole sitter for today, for the Dutch Grand Prix. It is Luka Jovic in the Aston Martin. He will lead the pack into turn 1 during the race. As we wait for everyone to cross the line, we wait for Angry Dude, who we see over there with the number 2. If he gets in, we go to the results. But how close is it? Well, not between the top 3, but between 4th and 8th. Look at that times. Only 2 tenths. Now, most important moment of today. We go racing with Luka Jovic in pole position. Wagdy right beside him in P2. And the Italian Alex is in P3 with Tommy besides him in P4. We have Ben Dixon P5, Kara in P6, Groger P7, Blom P8, Liar P9, he will get five positions. And we also see that Kara will get that 5 positions as well. Interesting. Which means Tainsy will go up a little bit. And he needs that very much. We will wait now until we have all the lights on. Until everyone is loaded in. And we can drive. No formation lap. We go straight into racing. On the right hand side we already see them. Luca will lead the way into turn 1. Let's see if he can keep that position into turn 1 or maybe Wagdy will send it. We don't know. It is Sunday, the 16th of April. We have 5 red lights. And they're out and we are on our way here in the Premier Formula Racing League in round 3 at Zandvoort. And Kara has a brilliant start there. And Luca is leading the way into turn 1. And we see that all the cars go smoothly. And behind Luca, we see Tommy now fighting for P2. All cars are next to each other into that corner. And we have a yellow flag and we have a safety car immediately after that turn 4. Who is involved in that? Who has the damage? We see that Shankstar has left. Do we see damage? Yes, we do. Matthijs does have damage. So behind. We didn't see that here on television, but it happened. Matthijs is missing a nose, and that is not really what you want. Luckily, there is a safety car for him. But the start was amazing. Luca had a brilliant start, but Tommy, I said Kara, but I should have said Tommy Plasto had that brilliant start. Overtook Alex and Wagdy into turn 1. But Wagdy got that position back in turn 4. Brilliant racing, but Luca is leading the way. And as he was 4/10 quicker than the rest of the field, I expect him to drive away very quickly. At least that is what he wants himself. Now we can look at the different tires. We have Luca on the hard compound tire, Wagdy on the medium compound tire, which can mean that Wagdy is faster in the first couple of rounds. So let's see what he can do. First safety car, we have lots of people going in. We have Sherzy in the pits. We have Matthijs in the pits. Tainsy also stopped. And A-Lord stopped as well. They might got involved in that incident. Unfortunately, we didn't see that. And unfortunately, we don't have any replays here. Maybe that's a good addition for F1 23. So Tainsy went to the medium tire. We have A-Lord went to the hard compound tire. Samikara was also involved, so to see. And we see that Shankstar is dropping back for some reason. And is now overtaking everyone again. Might be a confusion there. Full safety car. I think we have a safety car for one more lap. As everyone catched up and everyone is still in the race. Shankstar is now going in. together with Tainsy. They might have touched. We see that Tainsy at least changes his front wing. We don't see the same for Shankstar. We don't know what happened there, but they might have touched. We also saw that Shankstar was falling back there. And we also see Zakuro getting a 5-second penalty. Wait, they are not clean at all during the safety car. At least we see that there is a safety car. There have been times that the commentator didn't see that at all and just screamed that they were so close to each other. If you remember, you're a legend. So, in the rulebook, it says that no one is allowed to drive next to the car. You always need to stay away from the car in front, but there needs to be a gap of at least, or a maximum gap of at least 5 cars, and we see that the safety car is going in. So we will prepare ourselves for the restart here. Restart, which is going to be taken by Luca. The question is, where is he going to go? Wagdy is awake. We see Wagdy awake. Luca is waiting and waiting and waiting. Is he going in this corner already? Not yet. He is waiting. There he goes. There he goes. And Wagdy is awake. Doesn't dive into the slipstream yet because Wagdy doesn't have warm tires. But behind we see that Alex is now overtaken by Ben Dixon. Ben Dixon around the outside in the Tarzan bocht. And we see a crash, a massive crash from Wagdy, who slips away and is now out of this race. Do we get another safety car? It looked very big. We saw it happen. It's green again, so we are racing. Behind, there is a lot of banging wheels going on. Zakuro now in front of Gandalf between the Ferrari sandwich here. But Wagdy is out of this race. We see a dive bomb there from the Williams of Rymox. Didn't get the Ferrari there. We see a fight going on here. A-Lord and Matthijs are fighting for it. Matthijs round the outside has now the inside into turn 11 and will get that. The AlphaTauri is also trying in the inside, but doesn't get that yet. We see that all the cars are now clean except for one. Wagdy out of this race. Immediately also Ben Dixon sets the fastest lap, and we see in front that we have a couple of cars spinning and sliding away, and that is Plum now in the sand. You can't go into turn 1 with 3. That is just not possible. Lots of going on there now. Rymox also far back, and we have a safety car because of that. He lost his front wing. And again, safety car. This is gonna be a brilliant race, I guess. Again, safety car. We lost Wagdy. We lost Rymox and Plum also far back. They crashed. They went 3 wide into turn 1 inside of the Tarzan bocht. But that just couldn't be happening. Safety car again. So that will mean that Rymox is going inside of the pits. I will share what I think. Rymox is going inside of the pits. Maybe Plum will do as well. He won't. So that means that safety car is now into turn 5. He stands there. Rymox needs to go back to the pack So that will cost us a few rounds. And we haven't seen much of racing. But what I said in the beginning of not able to overtake here, well, probably true, because if you stick a car in the inside in some corner, you will be Wagdy or Rymox or Plum, but you will be dead. That is for certain. And Luca still in front. Doesn't have to fear anything. Doesn't have to fear Wagdy anymore. But Ben Dixon had that brilliant restart into turn 1 and took that position away from Tommy Blasto. Rymox now on his way back to the field. He can just drive as fast as he wants. You can do that, of course. So I guess we will go for another round. And then in one lap we will go racing again. So in this game we do have 3 safety cars opportunities. So this is the second one. I would not be surprised if we get a third one. But if we got the third one, then it will be done. Then we don't have a safety car anymore. But let's hope that everyone keeps it clean this time. We have seen that before, that we can keep it clean. But this track is just too dangerous to overtake basically. Let's see if we have people making stops. Well, we see that Matthijs is now dropping back. They just can't drive under the safety car, can't they? My god, what is happening there? Everyone is overtaking everyone. What a mess. What a complete mess is this. Tainsy is now slowing down because Shankstar needs to pass him. And Angry Dude gets a 5-second penalty because of ignoring the yellow flag. What a mess. Well, something is happening during the safety car at least. At least we can talk about something. And Tommy did not finish. He stands there and he has lost his wheels and he crashed during the safety car. Where have we seen that before? Tommy Blasto, what are you doing, my friend? Well, safety car is going in. And Luca is choosing his moment again. Now, an Alfa Romeo behind him. Let's see if Ben Dixon can do what Wagdy couldn't do. Luca is going early, is going here already. And Ben Dixon is awake. He is in the slipstream of the Aston Martin. Is he trying it round the outside? Yes, he is trying it round the outside into turn 1. They leave each other space. He goes on the curb there, but he gets P1 in that restart. What an overtake from Ben Dixon. He did it in the previous restart and he does it again. Behind. What has changed? Nothing really, as we see that the AlphaTauri and Seguro there go side by side, but in the schijfvlak they leave each other out and will go for the next time. But what an overtake by Ben Dixon for the lead after the safety car, and Luca is in much more trouble as Alex is now in the back of Luca. Alex on that medium compound tire can brake a little bit later than Luca can, and we have a yellow flag, and that is, I think, Angry Dude. Yes, it is Angry Dude. We have a yellow flag. He doesn't lose anything, so it isn't interesting anymore, as we see also Plum in the grass there. His day is getting worse and worse. Luca needs to defend from Alex. He does that, but he does have cold tires with that hard compound, of course. We also see Alord and Jersey going side by side here. Into turn 4 we go. Jersey is trying it round the outside, but won't get it. Well, Alord leaves a lot of space there. He just leaves him. And Jersey is now past Alord into turn 4. Going back here to Alex in P3. Still on that medium compound tire. If he wants that P2, he needs to go for it now. His tires are now fresher, his tires are faster, and Luca is not fast at all. Still no DRS, and we have a yellow flag again. And that is, I want to say Plum, but it is Angry Dude. Probably has spun hit himself. And Luca wants to stay in that DRS zone of Bendixen, which is, of course, what you want. But Luca is under attack by Alex. But Alex, as you see, the red light flickering, doesn't have any battery left. With the battery, you can overtake. You have 100% at the beginning, but you have 100% during the whole race, and it drains and it drains. And if we go on board with Alex, and we see the line now only 12, no, it's 8%. You see that underneath the 6, 7 right now. Which means he doesn't have a lot of ERS to race with. And if we go to Luca, for example, we see his bar is much more at 41%. He is using, however, but this is gonna be exciting. Luca versus Alex. Of course, Luca also knows Bendixen is on the medium compound tire. Luca is on the hard compound tire. They will switch eventually. Luca will go to that medium compound tire and he will be faster, of course. But first, we have the fight with Alex. And Luca stays within that DRS zone, and that is what he needs. Otherwise, Alex could have go for the dive bomb. We also have this fight going on here with Sakuro, Samikara, Liar and a Croaker. And we see that Angry Dude, I think he pulled it to the side of the road and left. No, he is driving again. Liar is very close to the back here of Kara. They will get DRS, so DRS train will appear again here in the Netherlands. All on that medium compound tire except for Liar. Liar is on that hard compound tire, and Croaker is also on that hard compound tire. And Liar, who is really close now to Kara. It's all about strategy here. We're on the straight and we see that Alex is gaining on Luca. But Luca is also gaining at Bendixen. And we see that, again, Matthijs is there in the Arie Luijendijk corner. Didn't lose anything. He isn't going in, so nothing to be afraid of for the Williams driver. We have a yellow flag again. Again, Angry Dude is my guess. These top drivers will soon pass him, is my guess. We see that Luca keeps up the pace with Bendixen on that hard compound tire. The difference between the hard and the medium compounds aren't that big after a few laps. We see also a yellow flag now for Rimox. Something has happened over there. As the three here go into the Arie Luijendijk corner. Onto the straight. And behind them, we also see the trainers. Oh, Sakuro there crashes hard. Doesn't lose any wheels. But we do have a safety car again. Because he lost the front wing, and the other Haas from Shankstar drove right over it. Another safety car here. But it will be the last. At least we can say that. Go in, so this will be interesting. The medium compound tires, the people who started there will probably go to the medium, will probably pit right now. But let's see what they will do. They can save some energy now. So Alex can save his energy. We saw that Alex, of course, didn't have any energy left because he spilled it all to keep up with the pace of Luka Jovic. And what I said in the beginning, that my expectation was that Luka Jovic would just fly away here. Well, that did not happen at all. He is now stuck behind Ben Dixon on that hard compound tire, and he has Alex behind him. So this will be an exciting race. A good time to tell our viewers, if you are not following this page yet, we are almost at 50 followers in a month's time, which I think is absolutely amazing. If you haven't followed yet, please do, it will help us so much. And if you want to drive in open lobbies, race a clean lobby, please feel free to join our Discord. And you can participate in the most fun lobbies during the weeks. Please consider it. It's so fun. We see Ben Dixon, the race leader, went inside to get new tires. Also inside was Alex. So Ben Dixon is now in P5 with Alex in P6. And we see the Red Bull of Alord still driving there. And everyone here in the top 10. What is happening to Alex? He loses positions. What is happening with these people during the safety car? They really can't drive here. I'm not sure how they were taught driving behind the safety car. My guess is that that isn't the difficult part here, right? Oh well. Everyone now until... Oh, we haven't seen that now. Until P9 is on the hard compound tire. The difference is that the top 3 didn't make a stop yet. And what we can have is another virtual safety car. But you can only have 3 physical safety cars in a race. So I don't think that there will be another safety car. So we have 20 laps to race after this, as I think that the safety car will go in this lap. We are waiting for Zukuro here. Again, Luka in front during the safety car. Will he be attacked again? But this time with the Alfa Romeo. Oh, the Alfa Tauri. Alfa Groger. Now in sector 2. Halfway. And we see again that they are switching drivers. It would be really interesting in what the hell is going on there. Safety car in this lap. There we go. There we go. Now, time for a restart. The third for Luka Jovic. Question is he going early again? He has a little gap behind with the AlphaTauri of a Croker. What can he do? As everyone suddenly stops now, almost crashes there. And we see a wing end plate there from the Alpine flying. Well, that is not the problem of Luka Jovic, who is just driving very slow. When is he going to go? Is he going again here? Yes, he is doing the same as he did the last 3 times. But behind is far more interesting because they go side by side there. A lot of people going side by side here. We have 3 wide into the Tarzan bocht. And Gandalf is the big winner there. Gandalf now up into P6 as the Aston Martin of Tainsy almost crashes into the back of Alex. And Samikara is now past Alex again on the inside of turn 4. And Alex lets him go. What a restart again do we have here in Zandvoort. And Rymox is inside of the pits because he was the one that bumped in to the other one as Samikara is touched. Samikara has been spun round there. And Alex is through together with Tainsy. How unfortunate is that? And we see here Blom and Matthijs Scherzi going for it here. Scherzi now up into the 9th place. Has he made it? Yes, he did. The Haas still beside him. And this Haas of Shankar is going for it in the Adriaan Luijendijk bocht. And they touch and he lost the front wing. And we have a massive crash here. The Haas is out of the race. Shankstar is out of the race. What a crash was that? And again we have a safety car. How many safety cars will we get in this race? Are we ever going to race again? What is happening in this league? Well, it's a good thing for Luca, a good time for Jared Kroger and Liar, who will pit, but Shankstar is out of this race. And how? What a crash. We saw a car go wide in the Adrie Luijendijk bocht, but you can't let your car go this far to the wall if you know that there is a car right beside you. Massive crash. Massive crash here. And like I said, Luca is going in together with a Kroger and Liar. Everyone else is staying in. Alex and Ben Dixon are now P1 and P2. No, I said that wrong. It's Alord. And Alord already made a stop as well. And Ben Dixon, your new race leader. And again, a safety car. Well, probably it is possible in Zandvoort that you get 4 safety cars. That is a lot. That is a lot. Will we ever get a normal race? You might ask yourself. We have Angry Dude, who is disqualified from this session. He had a drive-through penalty, didn't take that. There he goes, out of this race. My voice is really getting tested here. But this time we don't have Luka Jovic, who is in front. So it will be interesting to see what Ben Dixon will do. If he waits, if he goes early, what is in his mind now? Has he already planned something? We see that Plum is also now in the pits. Let's see what tires they're all on. See that Luka went to the medium tire. That is obviously. We have a few drivers who went to the soft compound tire. I wish you all the best because that is not the tire you want to be on. Also, a good question is, will we get a crash during the safety car again? As we saw the crashes all happen behind the safety car and right after the safety car. We have had, I think, maybe 2 laps with the DRS open. So little. My god, what a race. Zandvoort, well, we are going to race behind the safety car. Nice. So fun to put Zandvoort in your calendar. That's a very good comment. Some drivers might have probably run out of new tires because they have done a lot of pit stops. Like Jersey and Tainsy, 3 pit stops already. But these are the tires we have to deal with. And we see that Ben Dixon has a 10-second penalty. Okay, we missed that as well. However, we are going again. Ben Dixon in front as everyone is preparing their tires to be ready to go again. It is lap 19 and we go to lap 20. And is Ben Dixon going early or is he waiting? As of now, he is waiting. He is waiting and waiting and waiting. And there he goes already. And he has a big gap now. Elord is not awake. Who is awake is Matthijs. Matthijs immediately tries it around the outside of Alex. Alex leaves him room. And Matthijs cannot make it yet. But on to turn 4 we go. Is he going to the inside? Alex and Matthijs touch. And Kara is now in front of Alex. Alex loses 2 positions after the safety car here. And we see that Daisy is going for it for P2 here in Sky. Wow, what an overtake is that? What an overtake is that? A big dive bomb from him. And we also see Matthijs going for it on Elord. Round the outside here in turn 10. And Kara also going for it. Well, Elord is losing a lot of positions like this. Now his teammates, I think Elord should let him get past. But let's see what he is going to do. But Alex is losing position after position and so is Elord. It is not a good restart for the Red Bull team. And Elord is getting past here. He is getting past. And Luca also is very close to Alex. They go 3 wide into turn 3, into turn 1. And Luca is the big winner here. Elord wanted Alex to pass. But Luca thought, okay, then I'll pass you as well. P5 now for Luca on that medium compound tire. And Alex behind him. Luca can go to the front here. We have Kara, we have Matthijs in P3. Who would have thought that in the beginning of this race? Matthijs, is he going to get that podium position? He is on that medium tire. And Kara on the hard compound tire. Luca as well on the medium compound tire. So this will be interesting. Also Tainsy on the medium compound tire. That is also interesting. And we see that Elord and Liar are now side by side there. And Liar also gets past Elord. Elord is going back and back and back. I think he might have had some damage. He is not fast at all. And already the Alpine of Jersey is now looking for a gap. And we see that the Alpha Tauri of a Groger and Plum are fighting here. Sorry, Rimox, I mean. And Plum is going to the inside, but there's the Alpha Tauri of a Groger standing still. Which means that Rimox can just get past A-Lord here. Okay, Rimox here. Let's see now. Ben Dixon has a 10-second time penalty. And Kara is now overtaken by Luka Jovic on that medium compound tire. You would have expected that, of course. We have DRS now, but they all have DRS, except for Matthijs. So we have a DRS train behind Matthijs. And Luka is hunting for that win. He knows that Tainsy is in P1. And he wants that win, of course. But is he getting that P3 here already? Well, he has the DRS. And he has the overtake button on. And he is on the inside into turn 1. Into the Tarzan corner. And he gets past. P3 for Luka Jovic. Big train now of DRS from P4 all the way to P8. But Luka will drive away. He only has one task, and that is to get that P1 victory. Ben Dixon is behind Tainsy, which probably means team orders are in place. Tainsy, slow down Ben Dixon. We saw last season Tainsy, Minister of Defense. He can do it, and he can do it very good. Question is, can he do it in Zandvoort as well? Ben Dixon now really close to the back of Tainsy, and he is trying it in the inside of turn 1. Leave space for Tainsy. Tainsy now around the outside, but gets the inside here, turn 4. But Ben Dixon closes the door, and his past Tainsy is now P1 again. They both run out of ERS, and we see that because the red light behind the car is blinking. Luka sees that as well. And he is hunting for that P1. And if he gets past Tainsy, and we count the penalty seconds, then Luka has a very big chance to win this race. But can Tainsy get Ben Dixon back here? Round the outside, into turn 11. That is not possible, right? Well, everything is possible for Tainsy here. He takes back P1. But what will happen here? I mean, Tainsy doesn't have any ERS and will not get DRS. Ben Dixon will get DRS. But the one also getting DRS is Luka Jovic, who is now on the inside and takes both of the drivers into turn 1 and takes P1 here in Zandvoort. What an overtake by Luka Jovic. And Tainsy now tries it in the inside here and gets that P2 from MK Ben Dixon. What a fight we see here in the Netherlands. Groger now getting that fastest time on the sheet. He is on that soft compound tire all the way back in P14. No one has to worry about that. And we see that Gandalf and Liar have some fun both, and they will both get DRS as well. Liar is trying it around the outside into turn 11. We have seen it before, but it will not go for Liar here. What a brilliant overtake was that by Tainsy. And they are now both P1, P2, the Aston Martins, like McLaren did in the past 2 races. Aston Martin is now doing it. while the McLarens are not in this race. Liar, the reserve driver, we haven't seen anything from him. Got that 5 places grid penalty during qualifying. And after that, nothing really happened. But we have to give some credit also to Jerzy, who is now already P9. Started from P20, P18. And he gets past all the trouble. Far behind. But he is still in. Back to the action. Back to Ben Dixon and Tainsy, who will fight for P2. And behind also will fight for P2, because we have a whole DRS train behind Tainsy. All the way to Liar. Liar, who is now really close to the back of Gandalf. And I thought he would try it there into turn 11, but he didn't. Kara now is very close to the back of Matthijs. But they will all get DRS. It's now a strategy of how to put your ERS into the tactics. Who will get the most ERS in that last lap? We see all the blinking lights, so there isn't that much ERS left for all those persons. Samikara is finding a way, but Matthijs immediately closes the gap. Who is trying first? All the drivers do have DRS, but who will get past? See Ben Dixon, Matthijs very close to each other. Matthijs, he run a little bit wide there and almost loses the car there out of turn 11. And we have a yellow flag here. And that is for Rymox, who immediately DNFs. Here, I hope we do not have any safety car. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why? Why? The fifth safety car in this race. Is it a safety? Is it the virtual? Maybe it's just a virtual. No, it's a real safety car. Lap 28 from 36. We have the 5th safety car of this race. If you wanted to see some action, well, we have certainly seen that during this race. But what we also have seen a lot is the safety car. At least there is a Mercedes leading the pack. That has not happened a long time. But yeah, it's not the Mercedes you would have wanted. Everyone is very close here. Maybe they will crash again. I don't know. Safety car is fun. Yeah, so, is someone going in? Oh, Luca. Yes, they are going in. Oh, this is gonna be very exciting. We have Luca and Ben Dixon both going inside of the pits. Is there a pit crew who is faster? Well, no, because Ben Dixon, of course, needs to serve that 10-second penalty. I think it might be 5. Yes, he has served that 5-second penalty. Is it correct then that Luca is still in front? Okay, then it was Tainsy who stopped here. I thought it was Luca who threw away his leading position, but it was Tainsy who threw away his P2. But he went to the medium tire. I am not sure why he went to the mediums, as he could have gone for the soft compound tire. It might be that those tires were already used by Tainsy. Might also be a bug in this game. What else is new, of course? Like the safety car. I can name a few things. At least we have some time to relax. If someone has a nice story, please tell me. Or maybe fun joke. Oh, no, it isn't necessary anymore. We have green again, so if you are writing a fun joke, please write me, because I like jokes. But we are now focusing on the race. We have Luka Jovic in front, who is getting a big gap. When is he going to go? Normally he goes right here. Now he waits. He waits, he waits, he waits. What is he planning? What is he up to here? He waits, and there he goes. And there he goes, and people behind are not awake. There are 3 wide, the McLaren, the Red Bull, and the Williams of Matthijs. But he goes around the outside and takes P2 here. And Alex spins round. Alex spins round and is now in the barriers there. They went 3 wide into turn 1. And Alex spun and is out of this race. We see the 2 Ferraris fighting for it. In front, Samikara with the Mercedes. But Gandalf is on the soft compound tire and is now getting attacked by the Alfa Romeo and Ben Dixon, who is on the medium compound tire. Those restarts here in the Netherlands are getting crazier and crazier. We've lost Alex during that restart. What a shame, and here goes Gandalf around the outside of the Ferrari, and both of the Ferraris touch, and Plum now again is in the barriers because of a collision with his teammate. Let's hope his teammate doesn't have any damage and he can go to the front. Because in the front we see that Liar and Matthijs is now side by side into turn 1. And the McLaren of Liar is in front and takes P2 here. And Kara is right behind him because he goes to the inside into turn 4 and gets that P3 from Matthijs on that soft compound tire. Question is, can he go for Luka Jovic? That would be something. He has 5 laps more to do it. We have a grand finale here. And we have lost a lot of people. Only 12 drivers left here. 6 DNF'd. And Plum and Gandalf came together. Plum now far behind. And we see that Alord and Groger switch positions. Groger is trying it there in the inside, but already gave up. Alord in front now of Groger. Also, a good question is, did Tainsy make the right move? He is now P9. He pitted. He went to the medium compound tire. I think he would have wanted to go to the soft compound tire. And threw away a P2 here. A 1-2 for the Aston Martin. That is not going to happen. At least not as it seems now. We see that car is really close to the back of Liar. He sets a purple sector 1 here. And Liar keeps within that DRS of Luka Jovic. But Kara is of course on that soft compound tire. Can he make use of that soft compound tire is the question. Liar is getting DRS from Luka. So it will not happen into turn 11. But will it happen into turn 1? We have to wait and see. Very nice shot over here. And we see that they both get a really good exit. And we see the flashing light of Kara, which means he doesn't have any ERS left. Is he going for it into turn 1? Well, not yet. Does not have enough energy to do so. He needs to save some energy. And we also see that there's a lot of switching around behind. We see that Jersey and Ben Dixon are going side by side here into turn 4. And Ben Dixon gets that position. No, he doesn't. Jersey is getting around the outside. They're still side by side here. All the schijfvlak they go. And Ben Dixon is now in front, finally. Back to Kara and Liar, and Kara is probably eating his nails away. He wants to get past, but he's just stuck behind Liar. And I also think that Luca is playing his game here as well. He is just keeping Liar within that DRS, so he gets the defense from the McLaren of Liar. What I actually also don't understand, because if you look at the constructors, you probably think that it is for the better that Kara gets in front of the McLaren. Who is in front now is Gandalf in front of Matthijs. Gandalf switches the positions with Matthijs into turn 1. What a fight is going on here. Matthijs almost touches the backhand of Gandalf and he runs wide. Matthijs runs wide big time and has now lost 3 positions, 4 positions. Make that 5 positions as the AlphaTauri goes by. He had a few points, but now he only has 1. And we also see that Jersey is now getting past Tainsy. Tainsy wants to get past on that medium compound tire, but Jersey is on that soft compound tire. Still the top 3 within 1 second of each other. They all have DRS except for Luca, but Luca is using a lot of energy on this straight. And we have a yellow flag here for Matthijs, who is now dead last. Went from P2 all the way back to P12. And Tainsy is now getting past Jersey again into turn 1. He had that P2 also inside. And Matthijs retired from the session. We only have 11 drivers left here in this race. One of which, Kara, who wants that P2. He wanted that P1, but I don't think, unless Luca is going to DNF, he will not get that P1 position. They are both now on ERS. If we go on board here, we see that Kara only has 6% left. If he wants to get past, he doesn't need to use it here. You have the red compound tire, you have the soft compound tire. Use your tires instead of your battery. He isn't doing that. Instead, he is just looking and waiting. And Liar has 0% battery, so that is even more dangerous, as we see that Luca is just cruising with 50% of ERS. Behind then, we see Gandalf and Ben Dixon going for it into turn 4. Ben Dixon is now in front and takes P4 from Gandalf. Gandalf on that soft compound tire, but it is almost dead. We have had a long race. We are in lap 36 of 36. We had 5 real safety cars. We barely got into racing, but in the end we got the racing. We seen very much crashes, but here we have the winner of this chaotic Grand Prix as he goes now round the last corner, crosses the line, takes P1. Luka Jovic wins here in Zandvoort. Liar takes P2, Kara takes P3. Ben Dixon finished, of course, the line in P4, but he will go back all the way to P9. And we have our podium complete. What a race this has been. What a race this has been. Samikara gets the driver of the day. Well, you can also say Luka Jovic might get the driver of the day. Well, hey, what a race he has driven. My voice is completely messed up right now. But we have seen a brilliant race. We would have wanted to see a little bit more racing. But the safety cars were also fun. If you haven't followed the page already, please do. We are almost at 50 followers. We are now on 43, I see, so we're almost there. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do. If you want to join this beautiful community, if you want to join some open lobbies, want to race some open lobbies with clean drivers, please join our Discord. You will be invited anytime. I will thank you guys all so much for watching again. We have had a brilliant night. Next week, we have Brazil in the calendar. This was the Grand Prix of the Netherlands. I will see you all next week in Brazil. Thank you all for watching and a very good night.